Hello, everybody. This is 3-Tooth Zombie, or 3-Tooth, as my little niece had said. Okay, guys, what am I going to talk about today? Well, I went to town on the old Trump Charlottesville thing yesterday. So in the podcast today, I am going to talk about something that I was asked about, and that is the music industry. Because I was a musician, and I still am, who won an award, who went through the shit, and got to see it on the other side, if you understand what I'm talking. What I'm saying is that Eyes Wide Shut is right on, spot on to what it is. I mean, you could take away certain things, but that's it, guys. That's what it's about. It takes away everything that you used to think about making it. You know, that term, making it in the music industry, is irrelevant, because it's not about talent. I mean, no offense to the Britney Spears fans out there, but listen, she's got some natural talent. But guys, there's people on the street corners that are so much more talented than her, and better looking and better everything, and they can't make it. It's because there's a reason for that. And I always had that question: how come these guys are not ripping it up on the charts? How come they're not doing better? You know? And that question was answered by my life experience in LA. And it was okay. Let me just tell you the story, and I'll let you know this is where I come from now. We were nominated back in 2006 for a BMA award. So we came out to LA, and we ended up winning for Best New Artist. And I was on top of the world at that time. Of course, then my dad died, so I was on the bottom of the world again. It was a very weird time in my life. So my specter, I couldn't see. I was, my vision was off. I guess I'll just keep it at that. My vision was off so far as seeing people that were going to do me harm, or people who wanted something out of me that I didn't want to give. So we won it, and so that opens up, in Hollywood, that opens up this whole thing where you can get to talk to people and have dinners with them, go to their houses. There was a guy, he produced the Rush Hour films, which at that time were pretty big. And Joe Sarkeesian, I think his name is, or something like that. But went to his house. He has a nice kid, wife, great family, and that nothing happened with him. It was stuff outside of that. Of course, we had Scientology approach us right after we won, and I didn't really know much about Scientology at that time, other than seeing Tom Cruise freak out and remembering it from my youth. The Dianetics book, because of the volcano. I remember that for some reason. And so I didn't think nothing of it, and then they took us in there to basically recruit us, and they showed us this film. And my part, it was a duet. It was the band. It was actually a duet. There was two of us, like Hall & Oates kind of thing. We just started laughing, and they ended up kicking us out because we wouldn't stop laughing. So, that was the end of that, and my experience with Scientology up to that point. Now, I took it on again later in my life and went through and understood it and self-audited myself with OT8, which, is not officially recognized because they didn't have one of their auditors do it. But anyway, and I talked to Jason Begay on the phone. This was right after he got out. And because I was really curious. But anyway, that's a whole nother. If you guys want me to do a podcast on that, I will. I'll tell you all about that, all my research, and it's a ton. Anyway, so we crapped out with them. They kicked us out. So my bandmate's sister was dating Thomas Mesereau at the time. And this was right when he was Barbara Walters, Wawa, said that he was the most influential person in Hollywood. And if you can't remember, he was the attorney for Michael Jackson who got him off of those molestation charges. Even though I'm pretty sure that Michael did molest those kids, but he got him off of those. And so we were hanging around with Tom and going to dinners with him. And I mean, when you go to dinner with somebody like that, that's in the town, that's at that time highly esteemed, you get the lavish treatment. I mean, everything. You know, you get the back where you don't have to eat with anybody. You choose who dines with you at that point. You go into a back room, you know, the curtains closed. He picks who he wants to dine with him. You know, all the ass kissers, which is what it is. You know, and I never did that, and I wasn't into that, so I would just sit back and listen and watch because that's the way I am. I just like to learn. I like to learn how people are, and that's what they did. And I didn't really get to know Tom that much. You know, I know that he likes certain movies. There was an old boxing movie that he really liked, and my partner ended up, I hate saying partner because it sounds like I'm gay. My partner in the band ended up getting him that movie, and it was really cool because, you know, but we stayed at one of Tom's homes, and not the home, but we stayed at one of his homes that he let Matt's sister stay at, you know, basically keeping her, if that's the way they say it anymore. But then after that, we got to know people from different record labels. We were going to a lot of dinners. And it got all the way up to the point where we went to these what they call mansion parties. And they're exactly how they're portrayed. People in costume. You go into one of these fucking things, and it is weird. I mean, for somebody that's from, you know, the Midwest or whatever, Mideast, somebody who's not from L.A., let me just say that. Just simply for somebody who is not from L.A., you go into this thing and you're like, oh my God. But you can't say anything because you know that, you know, even then you kind of know that, well, if I buck the system, they're going to kick us out. And Matt and I had worked at that point really hard to get to that place because we thought it was about talent, right? And it's not, like I told you. So they were doing their thing. Everybody's dressed up, got masks on. I didn't get it. You know, I didn't have a mask on when I got there, but they gave me one to put on. And I told the person, I said, well, I didn't know that this was a masquerade party or something. She's like, you just wear it and, you know, go with the theme, go with the fun, and have fun. So I would walk into rooms and people are having sex, weird sex, crazy sex. I mean, I saw one person, it looked like he was bloodletting somebody, if you know what that is. It just really creeped me out. And I told Matt, after about an hour or two, I said, dude, I can't take this anymore. This is really creeping me out. And my soul at that point, if you understand this, my soul was feeling weird. So I'm like, I got to get the fuck out of here because I'm not into this shit and I don't want to be into this shit. And so anyway, I left. Matt stayed for a little while longer because he was more open to that, and his wife. And I don't know what they did. We've since had a falling out a long time ago, and I just don't. I don't talk to him, so I never asked him what they did, and I don't want to know what they did. So I talked to somebody the day after, you know, a record producer who was talking to us about doing our next album. And or CD, whatever you want to call it nowadays. And I said, what the fuck was that? I said, did we just, you know, walk into hell? He said, no, that's how it's done. You got to play the game. You have to, and sex is part of that game. Because sex, he told me, sex is what belittles you. You know, they have sex, they watch you have sex, they make you have sex with all these different people. The further you get in, They make you eat excrement. I mean, this guy was going on, and I'm like, you got to be full of shit. And that's what I thought. I'm like, this guy's fucking nuts. I'm saying, what? I said, the sex thing, he lost me on the feces. And when they were, forcing them to eat feces. And I'm like, and drink their own piss. And I said, come on. I'm thinking to myself, I didn't say it. Thinking in my head, get the fuck out of here. That's bullshit. That doesn't happen. But you know what, guys? I found out it fucking does happen. It does happen. And it's disgusting. And I don't know what they do to people to knock them that low. I guess people want it so bad and the money's so bad. And money to these people means nothing. It's you. They want you, your soul. And I'm not going to go into that because I know probably a lot of people don't believe in Christ and don't believe in all this stuff. I do. I'm not a perfect Christian, obviously by my language and stuff, but I live by faith, and man, guys, it is crazy. And after that, I was so done with music, and it really was sad because I spent 15 years trying to get there, got there, and it turns out to be that, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I'm not doing that because I'm too strong-willed. And I don't want them trying to break me down. Now, I don't think Matt didn't do it. He wouldn't have done that. So it was just terrible. That's, if you want to know what the music industry is like, it is like that. And I'm telling you because I was there. I saw it. I wouldn't say anything if I didn't know about it. And you're going to find that out about me in these podcasts. If I don't know about something and I study things when I want to talk about them, I won't say anything. But I'll tell you that it is a very, very dark and disgusting industry. And it's not just the music, it's the movies, it's the television shows, it's programming. And you might think people who say that are crazy or full of shit, but they're not. That's exactly what it is. I mean, think about it. You have to take yourself out of the program. You got to step back, get out of the matrix for a minute, and just really look at it and see how it works. Look at when they're talking about something in movies, like some new bomber, some new tech or something. In like 3 years down the road, you'll see that rolled out. See, they condition you to accept it. It's really crazy, guys. And I'll do more on that. I got to watch because I got a limit until I get so many subscribers. It can't be a limit. Oh, man. So, I'm coming up on my 15 minutes. But I love you guys, both of you. And I just hope to help me to grow this channel. It's nothing but truth. I don't care about the advertisements. There's going to be a time when I'm going to ask for support because I want to grow this. This is the whole thing about the podcast. I want to get actual equipment, an actual setup. I don't got much now, so and to do this and do it right, that's how you have to do it, I guess, because they're never going to monetize me. I mean, if they do it, I'll be surprised. All right, guys, love you. Keep it. When I say that, I keep your strength, keep your faith, and keep fighting, because these sons of bitches aren't done yet, and they're going after everything logical. They're going after our logic. They're going after everything, tearing down statues. Well, I'm not going to get back into that, but thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you soon.